Hi everyone, welcome to the channel dedicated to sharing the profound insights and wisdom of Andromedan Contactee Alex Collier. If you're new here, you're in for a journey that expands your mind and consciousness, bringing you closer to understanding the messages from the fifth density Andromedan extraterrestrials. For those returning, we're grateful for your continued support. Before we dive into today's enlightening content, we have a small favor to ask. If you find value in the knowledge shared in this video, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and clicking the bell icon so you never miss an update. Your engagement helps us amplify Alex Collier's message, allowing us to reach a larger audience with these vital messages. We'd also love to hear from you, so please engage with the comments below. Whether it's a question, your thoughts, or even just an emoji for the sake of engagement, every comment counts. We read every single comment, and your feedback is incredibly valuable to us, as it all contributes to our mission of expanding this community. So please don't hesitate to leave your thoughts below. Additionally, if you'd like to support us further, consider giving a super thanks tip by clicking the heart with the $sign. This small gesture allows us to continue bringing you more of Alex's messages, unfiltered and directly from his lifelong experiences with the Andromedans. Today's video includes a compilation of several of the many important questions Alex Collier has received over the past few years, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy today's video.
Hi, Alex. Is it possible that the majority of the humans on planet Earth are suffering from major PTSD and, as a result, are afraid to wake up for fear of retribution, guilt, feelings of unworthiness, or being so drugged up by big pharma that they are no longer themselves? What natural PTSD healing methods can you or the A's recommend? Are the A's and galactic good guys taking this into consideration when expecting a high enough quantity of people to step up to the plate? Much gratitude. Isn't that an interesting question?
That's an outstanding, and it's got multiple answers to it and layers. Dot, thanks for asking that. Does humanity have post-traumatic stress? Yes. I think that we even have it basically built into our reincarnational cycle. That, you know, in Europe and Japan, they have now come to the conclusion that memories that we have can span 14 generations. There was some talk about 5, 6, 7, or 8 generations. Now it's up to 14 generations. So the cellular memory follows the bloodline 14 generations. That's profound. That's profound. So yes, I know for those beings who have walked in on a contract, on an agreement to walk in, they themselves are now experiencing post-traumatic stress. Because the training classes that you take in fourth and fifth dimension to come into third to the Earth zone, they fail to absolutely capture the essence of how tough it is to be here. You know, you can run your assimilations, but that's nothing like actually being in jello and trying to walk in it. And that's third density Earth right now. It's a very, very tough detail. It really is. Are people afraid to wake up? I don't know. Is it fear, or is the fear just that this is all they know, they can't imagine anything else? Is it that they've been so programmed through mind control and pharmaceuticals and belief systems that they're afraid to make a move? Let's talk about that for a minute. I don't know if any of you believe in ghosts. I absolutely do. I've had experience, and some of you that I know who are listening have had experience. Now, there are people who are ghost whisperers on this planet who truly know their shit. And when someone crosses over, let me put this another way. There is a very large body of disembodied spirits who have not gone to the light, and in fact are afraid to, because they're afraid of going to hell. So what they do is they don't go, and they end up staying and living amongst us. Just the energy form of them, just their spirit body. But you see, here's the kicker. They have to feed off of us in order to continue to exist in that realm. So they have to attach. And they will attach to just about anything. Many mental illnesses, schizophrenia, they're now looking at the idea of spirit possession because nothing else has worked. Now think about that. Just think about that. Spirit possession. You have one or two or three different people attached to you. Are you yourself? No, you're not, because they are feeding off of you. And after a while, if you're weak-minded, they will take over. Now, I know this sounds like science fiction, but I can't help that. It is what it is. And denial doesn't change a fact. Now, why does everybody have this fear after death? Well, a lot of that would be Catholicism. You're a sinner at birth, so strike one. If you make a mistake and you screw up, that's strike two or strike three. Then you're going to hell. And it's just like, there's no evolvement in that. You know, there are people who go through their entire life thinking that if they make a mistake of any kind, God is going to punish them. So the creator of the universe and all the planets and solar systems and star systems and supernovas, yada, 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 puts you in a shithole down here, being controlled and manipulated by dark forces, and gives you one lifetime to get everything perfectly right, especially when you don't even know what the real rules are. And the groups that is telling you what the rules are is a bunch of pedophiles? Come on. You know, there have been a lot of mistakes. And information will come to light, is coming to light about the entire structure that has been built to capture us. as we get higher into frequency, those souls that are entrapped here in spiritual form, I'm not talking demons now, I'm talking about human beings that have crossed over but have not gone to the light, they're stuck. They're going to be looked after. In fact, the whole system of going to the light and then being reincarnated back into circulation, that system's over with. That ended quite some time ago. But there are still people who are afraid because they think, God's this horrible, punishing God who's supposed to forgive sin but won't. And what they don't understand is that the Creator didn't make those rules up, man did. The Caesars did. The Caesars created that first, and then everything else that followed that. So that's your answer to the other part of your question. All we can do is help each other. All we can do is if someone's interested to hearing what's going on and is open to the truth, then you share it. They're not going to be ready until they're ready. But what we can do is pray for them. What we can do is when we pray for them, we see their highest good. We see them being happy. We see them being healthy. We see them being wise. And that's all you can do. And then continue to work on yourself to be the example so that when and if you're approached, you are the example of the wisdom you're going to bestow upon them. That's all you can do. Good question. Good question.
Regarding the A's foreseeing galactic tyranny in the future, with our solar system being the point of origin, could the regressive forces simply invade the past again to affect the timeline? Could there be a never-ending time-traveling war in which both sides keep affecting the timeline indefinitely? Or when done correctly, all other possible regressive timelines collapse?
That's a good question, and I see your thought process on that. So well done you. Well, what you have to understand is that the regressive elements that are involved here are third and lower fourth density. They're not fifth or sixth or seventh density, etc. beings. This information, this awareness came to fifth and sixth density beings. They're the ones who have initiated this process. And they have involved higher fourth density beings as well in this process. So in other words, this movement comes from levels that are far higher in consciousness than the ones who have created the problem here. Now, in looking at this situation, they have become fully aware of the karmic debris and trail of destruction and desolation that these third and lower fourth density beings have created. And their time has come. Their time has come. And they're done. And I don't say that flippantly. They're done. We're just playing it out. We're playing out the end of this now. And to support that is the fact that the universe itself, Creator, is raising the frequency of all the dimensional planes as we speak. All of them are being risen in frequency in octaves. In other words, added bands of light, color, and sound are being added to each dimensional plane, which changes everything. It resets everything. So the movement is there, the intention is there, and it's clear once you look at it and you put all the little pieces together of the movement of frequency, of energy, where it's going, and it's going up. It's on the incline. It's not on the decline. These beings who have wreaked havoc, they're lower frequency. The only way they can participate in any way at this point will be to raise their own frequency and become enlightened beings themselves. Otherwise, they're going to stay in their own swamps that they create for themselves. If they even exist, continue to exist with this frequency shift. That remains to be seen. And, I don't know the answer to that. But will this be allowed to continue to play games? No. Advanced civilizations are interested in evolving. They're interested in helping others. They are interested in creating and supporting and exercising the law of consistency. They're not going to play games. No, they haven't got time for that. So the bad guys, they're done. They're done. It's cleanup time. It's rounding up the last sons of bitches, and then it's, okay, let's get on with it. Let's get on to creating our new life, a new domain of knowing, and creating a new reality, one that benefits everybody. Everybody. Where everyone has value. It contributes. Can be done. It's been done. It's being done as we speak in other star systems. It can be done. We just don't know how to do it because we haven't had any examples of it here. We really haven't. So, and there have been very few that would be willing to stand up and face the tyrants and say, go F yourself. We need to do something different. You have messed this up. Because usually they're taken out. They're taken out, very quickly and usually very harshly. So, but, there are new sheriffs in town now. And they come packing. They do. So we're going to be okay. It's just making these adjustments and making these new right turns to get as much as humanity as possible on this incline, towards something new and better, to creating something new and better. I mean, you have to remember the reason the bad guys trapped us is because we're creators. The reality that we're living is what they were able to convince us was reality, which is why we created it. You see, we created this holograph, which we call Earth. And the life that we're living is one that they convinced us this is how it is. But it isn't how it is. We just don't know any different because we haven't been able to have another perspective. And now that we're getting another perspective, we're like, whoa, wait a minute. This whole thing we've been doing, this sucks. Exactly. And it does. But there's something better. There is something greater where we can all participate in, that we can all excel in and take pride in. And it has nothing to do with war, and it has absolutely nothing to do with survival. You see, we're creators. We can do this because we're already doing it. We've already created the jail we've been in. Well, let's just change our mind. We're not doing this anymore, and let's create paradise, or what we want it to be, or what we could conceive it to be. Let's just create that now, because we are creators. We create physicality with intent. That's who we are. We're stars in human form.
Why is the deep state in such a hurry? They were slow and methodical about implementing their agenda. 4 years of Trump is a setback, but not something they couldn't overcome with more time. Is there a deadline that we don't know about? Thanks, Paul.
They were gearing, as far as I know, to really begin the New World Order in somewhere around 2030. That's when it was supposed to really start. And what happened was the deep state, the global cabal, the dark human beings, they were running amok because they had protection. And that protection was a group of regressive extraterrestrials and demonic energies that were present, that were protecting them, basically running interference and telling them what to do. Well, when that element of their protection started being removed from the equation by benevolent off-world alliances who have been absolutely fed up with this bunch, that have gone from solar system to solar system throughout our galaxy, pulling the same shit. When they started going down, and they went down with a thud, when the movement came in and started taking them down, the cabal's New World Order was on sand, because they didn't have any enforcement. They didn't have anything protecting them. These beings were being taken out, or they cut deals, or they fled, leaving the human element here completely on its own. And if you were to just look at the structure of what the cabal, the human element of this, had created, just look at the banking system. It is so corrupt. They created this system. It is so corrupt that even they could no longer control it. Right? Chickens always come home to roost. They always do. So they created a system even they couldn't control because it became so corrupt, which is why everything we're seeing in the world today that is related to government or international organizations, even including corporations, international corporations, are collapsing because they're corrupt. They were built on deception, on fraud, on suppression, on enslavement. And that is not where humanity is going. That decision has already been made by humanity. Humanity is now just waking up to it. Do you understand? Humanity has made the decision, freedom over slavery. Just not everybody's caught up to that idea yet. But they are. They're coming around. They are absolutely coming around. And those who don't, I wish you well on the rest of your journey. It's going to be okay. It's just going to be a rough road. It is like driving on, it's like going off-road in a Volkswagen. That's what it's going to be like. Boom, 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 boom. That's what it's going to be like. Off-roading in a Volkswagen. It's going to be bumpy, but we cannot lose sight of where we're going and what it is that we want. The universe is already supporting a free earth, a free humanity, an enlightened and awakened humanity. It's already supporting that because the elements to make. Hell, she's even raising the vibration of the planet, the earth in which we live on. She's already part of the plan. We just have to get out of the way and not give away our power. Ever. Ever. If it's real, if it's benevolent, it will never ask for your power. Ever. It will ask for your participation. And it will not hide anything. It will evolve and show all that it is so that you can make that choice and know that it's a choice, because all the information you need to make that choice is freely available. Right? You don't get that with deception and the dark side. No, they give you this much information, and say, okay, you got to make yes or no. And that's how they pull this shit. And that's what they do, is they create a scenario where you only have one way to go, and you're trapped. That's not how it's supposed to work, and that is not how the universe is meant to work. Okay, we are becoming part of universal humanity. That's what it is. We're not going to be isolated anymore by ourselves, tucked away in some shithole of a belt in the Orion spiral arm. No, we're out of here. We're out of here. We're moving uptown, folks. We are moving uptown. Love yourself. Practice that. Accomplish that. And you are 90% there. Just learn to love yourself. Just take everything anybody else said about you and fucking shit can it. Because it means nothing. Only thing that matters is what you think of yourself. And be honest with yourself. No one's perfect. But Earth's a school. Being in the physical is all about learning. Cut yourself some slack, but what really matters is what you think of you. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. They can kiss your ass. Got it?
Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you found it insightful, please like the video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on future updates. If you have any questions relating to today's video, please also leave them below. We read all the comments and take on board what our viewers have to say about Alex Collier's work. Remember, your support helps Alex Collier's knowledge and the messages from the Andromedans reach more people. If you'd like to support the channel even more, you can give us a super thanks tip by clicking the heart icon with a $sign. It really helps our team bring you more content. Also, be sure to visit alexcollier.org to sign up for our regular email newsletter. It's the best way to stay updated with the latest news, exclusive content, and upcoming live webinars. For the latest insights from Alex Collier, check out alexcollier.live. And if you want to explore over 250 past webinars, head over to alexcollier.tv. Thank you for being a part of this journey and supporting Alex Collier's work. We couldn't do this without you, and we're genuinely grateful for your support. Until next time, Stay curious and keep exploring the vast mysteries of our universe. If you would like to see the Andromedan Contactee Alex Collier live via video stream, we hold a live online seminar every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information on upcoming live webinars, please visit alexcollier.org.